Hey guys, good morning.
Good morning, Aribe.
Okay,
Hey,
let's give
how
one
is
more
the
minute.
weather over there today?
Weather is good right now. It's been raining for the last, I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we had continuous rain and we had a break for the last 2 days.
Okay,
So
for
it got
us,
completely wet. Yeah.
this week, Monday, this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, heat wave.
Wow. It was exactly
Yeah,
opposite for us.
yeah, see, that's the thing. So, good thing we didn't plan it in the afternoon hours because normally we don't come outside when it is
Okay.
really hot.
Right, right. Yeah. We understand. It was, even here, it was 100 plus for at least a week or so, right?
Okay,
And then it started raining because of I think there was
but
some
you get summer rains, right?
summer rains, yes. So we had,
Ah,
I think there was Laura
the
um,
hurricane.
hurricane, right? So that, I think that brought little bit rain here.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
okay.
So let's
All
give one more
right.
minute.
Yeah,
So let's see if someone wants to introduce themselves in the meantime.
yeah,
Anyone? I think we heard from Shanti last time, right?
yeah. Shanti and
Sajani?
then Sanjana was there
Yes,
last.
hi, good
Sanjana was
morning.
there.
So glad
Good
I'm
morning.
back here.
Yeah. So Sajani, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Okay. I live in Colleyville. Okay, wait. I used to do little gardening, not like y'all. It was like just a hobby. But after I got into your group, I get a lot of ideas and your things. So I'm a lot more keener. And I'm a teacher in Coppell ISD. So it was a nice summer to do it. But now that school is starting, so the fall garden, I'm just thinking, okay, I need to do it. Haven't got to it yet. Sorry.
Okay.
That's
No,
pretty
no, that's a good thing, right? It will also give you some good relaxation after the new method of teaching. So
Yes, I agree with that. And the kids are coming back to school on Tuesday, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
stay safe. Yeah. Yeah. Texas is starting in class program starting.
no, no, for us, kids who have signed up only for hybrid, they're going to start the class.
Yeah,
Oh,
But the rest,
like face to face. But what's happening is initially it was very few kids because Coppell, they are more scared. But what happened is as the days are coming by, more parents wants to send their kids to school. So we have spaced out in such a way that there's distancing. But what happens is when they see these kids coming to school, we assume more parents are going to send. So I don't know how we'll house them at that point. So
okay. In our schools in California, Sanjani, what do we have? We have a garden run by science teachers. Or there are some teachers who will be voluntarily helping the kids to do gardening. So do they do any such type of things in your school district?
yes, they do. At least in my school, they do it. It's called East Sustainability Club. So there's
Okay.
one teacher who's really doing it. Yesterday, I was surprised that they had a lot of what is that, eggplants and cantaloupe. I was so surprised because I asked her, "What did you plant?" She said for fall she's planted cabbage, kale, and something else. I told her, "Oh my God, y'all are better than me." So yeah, I think they're getting into it. Yeah, it's recent. It's only a year old. Okay.
Okay, all right, okay.
a lot of schools are starting that program. I've even seen here in Richardson. I've seen one school.
Yeah. Most of the time, you know what happened? They, even though if it is a school property, it will not be bunny protected. Okay. So the
Okay.
kids love to have bunnies roaming around in their garden space. Eventually, they will lose all their saplings, and
Oh.
then I will get a request. Sri Auntie, can we take your tomato plant because I grow most of them in grow bag, right? Then they
Right.
would say, I would promise to give you the grow bag, but we need some plants to put in the garden.
Wow, that's a good
So
thing.
with the vegetables, they will carry it. And then later what they did, they put a green color fence thing so
Oh,
that it gets protected inside. But then again, it's open. Anybody can come and access it. So there is no guarantee that you harvest anything. But sometimes like beets and carrots. These are the most vegetables that the kids love to grow.
Yeah, that's
So
easy to
they
grow,
get
right?
excited.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Shall we start, Arive?
Yeah. So why
Okay.
don't we give a minute for Ganesh, and if he wants to introduce himself, and
Yeah.
I see another A. You guys want to
Hi,
speak out?
this
Yeah, Ganesh, go ahead.
Hi.
hi. Hi. First time I'm a new homeowner here, moved here almost 6 months now.
Okay.
Recently, I just, a lot of things happening. This season I did in only some bendi, some okra, and rich gourd, bottle gourd. That's all I did. Tomatoes I did. I did a mistake. Instead of putting in one pot, I put 2-3 plants. So even more than that. When it started growing, I was so happy. So I put it in one pot, couple of pot. So that messed up, but even I get nice seed. Then I'm here to start learning. I take some tips from you guys. One thing now, when you guys are saying over there, I didn't understand who is who is where.
Okay. Okay, Ganesh, there are so many people from different growing zones are part of this Dallas Garden Group. Dallas Garden Group is not limited just to Dallas area. I am from Southern California area. There are I would say at least 10 people would be there in the Dallas group from Southern California.
No, we welcome that wide geography thing, but we want to know. You're talking, we can link with that one. When you say,
Yeah. So
CEO,
this one is from Southern California. Here, the school topics that we have discussed is from Southern California School District.
Arivaran, where are you from?
I'm in Dallas. I'm in Plano.
We are all in Dallas.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
primarily the group is in Plano, right? But we have experts from Boston, New
Yeah,
Jersey,
Shobita is from Boston.
right?
Okay.
So yeah. So I think a lot of people show interest, right? And it's also good to learn across the region, right? Like what is possible and what is not possible, kind of thing, right? So.
Yes, we have wide background.
Yeah.
Experience.
Thanks, Ganesh. And let's move to. I don't know what your name is.
Aishwarya.
Aishwarya. Okay.
Yeah. So I live in Argyle, in Lantana, Texas. So I'm Meenakshi's friend. Like Meenakshi Bharati
Okay.
introduced me to this group. I keep asking a lot of questions, and thanks, Ariva, for all your suggestions. This is my first time gardening. I mean, some things are working and some not, but all your suggestions has worked so far. So thanks, I really appreciate it. And I want to start the fall gardening, but my work has been really busy. So I'm trying to see how much I can do. But I absolutely love this group. Thanks to Meenakshi for introducing me to this.
Sure. Welcome to the group, and it's good that we are learning together, right? Like it's not that we are all experts and we are perfect here, right? Like we all learn and we make mistakes, and the mistakes are the learning steps for us, right? Like every year we lose a lot of plants and we learn from that, right? Losing plants is not a bad thing. That's what my personal suggestion will be.
No, totally. Before I joined the group, I was losing literally everything. So now it's getting much better.
So Shri,
Yeah.
let's switch to.
Okay. Let us start. The topic that we are discussing today, again, guys, I'm Shri and I'm from Southern California. The topic that we are discussing today is Bokashi Composting, okay? It is a method developed and it's been used widely by home gardeners as well as by small scale farmers, and even large scale farmers does it. But their methods are little different from what we are doing it. First of all, before we jump into it, normally the kitchen scraps, I will explain you first the process, how I am doing it, and how I am collecting the Bokashi tea, and what are the uses of this Bokashi tea, and then I will explain you about this effective microbes. Then you will get an idea like why we wanted to do this Bokashi. Okay, here I'll switch it. Okay, here what I got is my kitchen waste. Okay, every night I will every day during cooking I will gather up everything. This has some leftover cakes, banana peels, mango peels, cucumber peels, and cheese, a bit of cheese, and coffee grounds. Anything, say for example, if I cook some rice and if I have some leftover rice, I don't want it to use that rice, or if the rice is spoiled for some reasons, I will dump it in this plastic bin. And end of the day, I would come to this bin. The thing that I am showing, don't get scared like is this going to smell or anything. It's going to smell similar to vinegar. And just to understand like how I do it, I have removed something so that, but you can follow the same steps that I am doing here. So here is the bucket. See, this is a regular Home Depot bucket. What we did, we put a tap in here to collect the Bokashi tea from it. So whatever we dump the kitchen waste, every night I will open it only once. So if I am doing it in the morning, I would do it at the end of the day. So I'm opening up this bucket here. Okay, this is my kitchen waste. These are the ones that
the Bokashi is you can do both the citrus, which is generally suggested not to be used in the conventional composting.
Citrus and cantaloupe peels.
Yeah.
So we can
and
do
also
citrus also.
Meat. You can also do meat, right? Like
Yes.
meat, dairy in this.
Yes, meat, dairy. You can do that. But before jumping into all of those things, I will show you how I assure myself that this process is going good. Can you guys see the white particles up in here? This white things. Can you see this white things?
Yeah,
this means
yes, I can. Thank you.
Okay. This means that this Bokashi process is going good. Normally, I mean, when I am doing Bokashi, what I would do, I would just put the I will show you what I will do. Then it will be easy for you guys to understand what I'm doing it in everyday basis. So this is the kitchen bucket. So I will open it. I will sprinkle a handful of this Bokashi grains, just like this, nothing other than that. And then I will dump all my veggie scraps. Okay, this has eggshells. This has eggshells, coffee grounds, leftover cake, pizza, avocado. Nobody can escape from this one. From opening up this one, I know who has eaten what and who has dumped their food in this bin. So it's very effective. So once I have dumped everything, I will take another. This would be like 1 tablespoon. I will sprinkle it over like this. Okay, so I have sprinkled it, and then additionally, when we do Bokashi, we don't want air particles to be contained in this bucket. So what I would do, I have a plate. I found a plate to the size of this one. I will put a plate, and I will try my level best to squeeze the air out of it. Try your level best, but don't force yourself. So that's it. So this is the process. This is the end of the process. So I won't open it until tomorrow.
Yeah, Bokashi is anaerobic, right? Like no oxygen. So it's done with
no oxygen. That is why we put the plate over there, so it will be easy. So once that process is done, I have a tap here. So I have collected some Bokashi tea from the morning. So normally what I would do, I would just come in and take this Bokashi tea. Whenever I'm dumping it, I try to get this Bokashi tea, and then I will get this Bokashi water, and then The ratio, what I would do, I take an empty milk jug. It's like a regular milk jug, 3.1 gallon milk container. So I use a marker. So the amount of Bokashi tea to water combination is 1.5 cups of Bokashi tea, and rest you have to fill it with water. So this is the ratio that I am using it, and it's very effective. So I always keep one milk container. I will fill the Bokashi tea. Can you guys see the marking? So that's marking says that this is
general
1.5
rule.
cups.
Yeah, general rule is 1:100, right? Like,
Yes.
so 1 part Bokashi tea to 100 parts water.
Yes.
So if it is like 10 ml to 100 ml, 1000 ml.
Yeah. So I have collected this Bokashi tea. Okay. So what I am going to do, I will give this Bokashi tea to all my plants. The plants that I concentrate more is some of the plants which will be in my garden. They go on a special diet. So I say like eggplants and cucumber. Because here, because of the spider mite, what I would do, I want very good microbes in that particular soil. So I try to give more Bokashi to cucumber and eggplants. So this is what I do. I just mix it and then give it to the plants straight away. Okay, any questions?
Where do
So
you get
Bokashi is the byproduct of Bokashi.
Yeah. I'll come to that. Where do I get Bokashi? See, you can. This is the brand that I am using. It's called SCD All Seasons Bokashi. You have so many brands of Bokashi grain that are available in Amazon. So you can order it from there, and I will show you how the Bokashi grain looks like. So this is the Bokashi grain. So what this grain contains is, this is either rice bran, mostly it is rice bran, and this rice bran is being mixed with effective microbes. There are two, I would say there is, I would say 3 effective microbes, but the one that I am holding is EM2. Later I will give you guys the links like how to learn this EM1, EM2, but the one that I am holding in my hand is EM2. So what is this EM2? It is the effective microbes mixed with the rice bran. So the microbes stay in the rice bran. So whenever you wanted to ferment any of your kitchen scraps or your vegetable peels or your grass clippings or or your leaves, what you can do is you can open up a trench, dump everything inside, and then sprinkle. That way it's effective too. But why we are doing it in the kitchen waste form is basically, when this Bokashi is being, this grain, what is the use of this grain? The use of the grain is it will ferment whatever the vegetables that we have added inside this bucket. Okay, so basically it is pickling. It is just fermenting the entire kitchen waste so that it would be easy for earthworms or any other small creatures that will digest, that will eat this kitchen waste, so that the soil will be enriched by their waste. Got it?
Bokashi is a two-step process, right? Like first collect it,
Yes.
collect the
After
food
this,
waste,
okay,
put it in the bucket.
yeah.
Yeah.
This one, okay, this one is one way. This is like, it's almost done. So what I would do, I have placed a plate inside it. In general, they advise Bokashi to keep it in dark area. But just for demo, I would usually keep it in my garage. But just for demo, I have bring it outside. But normally it stays inside my garage.
And Siri, I have
Yes.
one question.
Go ahead,
We
Saraswati.
usually do Bokashi in 2 types, right? We have 2 buckets to filter the liquid.
Yes. Yeah. That's why.
Liquids and solids should not get contacted. But I see here the only one bucket you're using. But can you throw some insight about it?
Yeah. Saraswati,
Yeah.
Normally what we do is I had this 2 bucket concept. See,
Okay.
I'll show you. this is the second bucket. Okay, before we jump into this, I wanted to show you guys, can you see this white particles? It means that this Bokashi process is going good. Okay, so normally we take an empty bucket and then we put the holes underneath the bucket and we dump all the vegetables on the whole bucket. Whatever the hole that you have made, that bucket will go on top of it so that you will collect it. So in order, for me, every time I have to lift up this bucket and collect the water, Saraswati. So for me, it is very hard to do it. So what I did, we put a tap here.
Okay.
So I will collect the Bokashi tea from this tap.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Basically, you have to drain that.
Yeah,
You have to drain that water.
Yeah, actually what I do, I'll just keep it the same technique, but I'll put the tap in the draining bucket. You show the other one, right?
Yeah,
I put
yeah.
the tap in that, so it's easy for me not to mix both. I'm asking if you mix both, you see any difference between the fermented
No,
product
there
and
is no mixing. There is no mixing done because every night this tap would be opened up.
Okay. So you are
So
just,
I will leave
because
this.
of that, you're draining it frequently, daily.
Exactly. See, I will leave after I am dumping everything in here. I will put this container over here and I will open up this tap. So whatever the water that gets collected, it will be collected in this container. So I can use it in the morning.
Oh, that's nice. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think question to Saraswati's thing, right? Like during the collection, right? Like when the microbes are acting and the liquid is collected, the solid is also on the bottom of the bucket, right? Like so, it gets mixed with the Bokashi tea.
Yeah, because of this system. I'm asking particularly
right?
for
At
this
that,
system.
yeah. So it is supposed to be right. Like there should be a separation of the liquid and the Bokashi pickle. Right, like if you see, normally you'll see a layer of filter or something which will be added, right? Like the normal Bokashi bucket, there will be a
it's mostly like
layer separating. Yeah, not two containers. The Bokashi bucket with those tap, right? Like they will have what is called a layer to separate, a plastic kind of thing which will separate the liquid from the solids. So that way the bottom doesn't get soggy.
Yeah. I agree. The bottom doesn't get soggy, but then I have placed it in such a way that I made sure that the water will be. Whatever the water that is oozing from your kitchen waste will be collected immediately because the tap is always open.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so I cannot.
The tap is open. Okay.
So the collection of the liquid and the tap is always open makes it easier for you, right?
That's not all. I won't do it 24/7. The tap won't be open, Saraswati. Okay. I will do it only during the night time.
Oh, got it.
I will do it in the night time. So, and the morning I will shut it off. By the night time, whatever the liquid that is being accumulated would be collected in that container.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So the another reason why we started with Bokashi is because of the current situation. What happened is most of our stores we didn't find fertilizers. Then we thought probably we have to find an alternative ways for fertilizing our garden. Normally, not like in Dallas, we get this, we get chicken manure or we can get steer manure from Home Depot, but not like the farms that used to give cow or horse manure. We don't have that luxury here. So what we did, normally I will collect all my vegetable peels. I will open up a trench and then I will keep depositing it. But then we ended up in having this gopher issue. We couldn't control the gophers because here the gophers would love to come in unless you have a 2-inch gravel and then you have to put a wire mesh. There are so many things, but due to lack of space, I thought probably that's not a good idea. So we stopped dumping our kitchen waste just like that. But after this fermentation, after this entire bucket is being full, what will happen? This bucket will stay inside my garage, inside a dark place for 2 weeks. continuously for 2 weeks, it will be staying inside. But there are some people, some of my friends who started this bokashi, they have even left it outside.
Okay.
They say it is okay. It's there is no need to keep it in darkness or no smell or anything. We are okay with the process. But normally I would keep it inside. So after 2 weeks, you open up a trench in your garden area. You dump all the kitchen waste. I would take a trench about like 2 feet depth.
Mm-hmm.
I will dump it everything, and then I will put a layer of the soil and keep it out. After I would say here, based on my weather, 3 to 4 weeks, it will take for the entire stuff to get decomposted. Like if you go and dig that area, mostly the things that I would find would be cantaloupe peels, corn ridges. That's about it. Other veggies or other foods that I have put inside, yeah, that
Right
will be
now, we are
completely
talking about
decomposed.
the step 2 of the Bokashi process.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a step 2. The trench, opening up the trench and throwing it is the step 2. Okay,
But
this is
we have to tell about the 2-week pickling process, right? Like, so once the bucket is filled up,
yeah.
basis, right? And then once the bucket is full, we have to just close it and leave it for 2 weeks with
Yes, completely
no
2 weeks, and
disturbance
you're
of
not
the
supposed to open it. Yeah. So normally I have two sets of buckets in hand. So once this is being filled and this is kept inside for 2 weeks, I will not allow anybody to open it. So the process will be for 2 weeks. Nobody will be opening up that bucket. So I will have another bucket in hand. So I will be dumping all my kitchen waste in it. So that will take for me 2 weeks to complete the entire kitchen bucket. And then by this is being done, I will keep on circulating those buckets. That's about it. Then another thing with Bokashi is that this is my experience. Like what we thought, probably we can dump it straight into containers and take it from the containers. Like after 4 weeks, we can take that soil and use it up. But then it, just because it is in the containers, the process didn't go well, and we had a lot of foul smell. So I never recommend anybody to do it in the containers. But if in the soil, definitely this is what I recommend. Please open up a trench, dump every of the kitchen waste after 2 weeks, close it out, and by 4th week, the soil will be ready, and you can plant anything in that soil. That soil is basically, it's an enriched soil.
Siri,
Composted, yeah.
Is there any option to put it in a compost bin?
No, see no. Saraswati, this is what I'm saying. When we do it in the compost bin, what happens is you are getting this foul smell.
Okay. Okay.
So foul smell that I couldn't even. Yeah. Directly into the soil, into the ground.
Can I pitch in a
Not
little
even
bit?
to the.
Yeah. So the foul smell which you're getting is probably the carbon dioxide gas because of fermentation.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why, because it's anaerobic.
Okay.
The EM is the efficient microbes, and that's probably one of the reasons you suggest a trench, which is a good idea.
Yeah. So by doing with this trench method, I find it's very easy, and it's easy. And another thing is that when you open up the trench, you don't need to worry about the animals coming and opening up your kitchen waste and throwing it left and right. That's another thing that I have noticed. Okay, I have collected this tree. I have done this. So why Bokashi? I would have done the regular composting. Why do you have to go for Bokashi? The first thing is, I don't want the animals to come and open up my kitchen waste. And second thing is that within 4 weeks, I will get a good composted soil, which that is the whole point. I need really good composted soil. So what this Bokashi does, this EM mixed, whatever the EM 1, 2, 3, and 4, whatever it is, what it does is it will bring out the micronutrients from your soil to the outer layer of the soil. So your plants get enough microbes, and that microbes will make your plants healthy. So simple. Say for when are the times that I use this Bokashi tea? Like I told you that I would be using it for eggplants and cucumbers. And normally I do the succession planting. So when I do succession planting, I grow my own saplings. When I'm growing my own saplings, I would dilute this Bokashi tea even further, and I will give it to my saplings. So in that way, my saplings will get nutrition right from the beginning, and then they would grow.
Yeah, Bokashi tea is a very strong one, so you have to make sure the dilution rate is correct.
Yeah,
right? Otherwise it will burn the
dilution
plant.
rate is correct. Even if it is, say for example, if you are afraid to use it in the very first time, because for some of us, some of the seeds or some of the plants will be so precious, we don't want to lose it at any cost. Even if that is the case, even if they say it's 1 to 1,000, you can even go with more than 1,000 also. It's not going to harm anything. And again, another thing, if you have given less water instead of 1,000, for some reasons you were busy.
100 or 1 is to 1,000?
1 is to 1,000.
Oh, 1 is to 1,000. Okay.
Say for example,
standard is 1 to 100.
What is it?
The standard is 1 is to 100. What she is suggesting is, right, if you have a precious plant which you think and you're scared to use it, thinking that it may be
then
strong,
do 1
then you
is
can
to 1,000.
to 1 to 1,000. That's what she said.
Okay.
That is when you go with the saplings. Generally, to your regular plant, 1 is to 100 is accepted. But for saplings, I will even dilute it more.
And how often do you do it?
No, I would give that Bokashi water every single day. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like
I will do
it
it
to a plant. Like, is there any? How much can I give it to each plant?
No, regularly when I give this Bokashi to this plant, I would make sure first preference would be my saplings. Every of my saplings will get this Bokashi tea water. And then to cucumber and then to eggplant. So it is recommended for all the plants and even for the trees, it is being recommended.
Okay.
Now she's asking how much to give, right? Like this is like watering, right? Like you can just
regular
water
watering.
with,
Yeah. So this is like regular watering.
And one more thing I want to add, Sri.
Yeah.
Benefit of Bokashi, you can throw, it's not like a traditional composting. You can add whatever you like. There is no restriction in your composting. So
yeah. You can add meat. You can add meat. You can add grass clippings. You can add the brown leaves. Some people, they would even add bark of the trees. If some of the trees are being cut out, but then what they do, they would make up a big trench, bury their barks, bury their entire tree inside that soil and add this Bokashi thing in it. But then again, this EM2 won't be that effective. The one that I am showing is EM2. There's effective microbes too. They have a higher concentrated microbes that they would use, Saraswati.
But the barking method, what you say, it's a alcohol method, right? Not a Bokashi.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
But I don't see anybody, I mean, like, I have seen some YouTube videos, people doing it in Hawaii regions and other regions, but in here, I don't see anybody, I mean, like in my area, in Southern California, whenever the tree is cut, they will take the bark away.
Because putting the bark and doing a bed is something different. Adding on the this Bokashi is different, right? Because adding a bark is a alcohol method, but the composting is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, composting is different. Another thing with this, another thing that I have noticed with this Bokashi is, see, regularly, okay, let's assume if we,
right? We will be disconnecting in 1 minute, and let us all rejoin in the same bridge, okay? When it gets disconnected.
Sure. The one thing, the smell of this, how many more minutes?
Okay, well, quick question. That Bokashi material, how often we need to add?
Every day. Before you open up before you dump the kitchen waste, you have to add 1 tablespoon of it, and then the kitchen waste, and then the Bokashi. So it's a layering method, like it's a sandwiching. The basically like a sandwich. First layer is going to be bokashi grains, kitchen waste, and then again bokashi grains on top of it. And then the next day you would do the bokashi kitchen waste, and then on top of it again you have to do bokashi. So the kitchen waste will have